वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय गुरवे शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादिनगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने ब्रह्माहं यत्प्रसादेन मयि विश्वं प्रकल्पितं श्रीमत्स्वयं प्रकाशाख्यं प्रणौमि जगतां गुरुं यः परमात्मा जगत्सृष्ट्वा प्रविवेश पुनः स्वयं तं कृष्णं प्रत्यगात्मानं वन्दे गोपीमनोहरम् यस्य प्रसादादहमद्वयात्मा विश्वं समस्तं मयि कल्पितं च तं सर्वलोकैकगुरुं सदाश्री स्वयं प्रकाशं गुरुमानतोऽस्मि गुरूणां चरणाम्भोजं प्रणिपत्य निरन्तरं तत्कृपालेशतो द्वैत चिन्ताकौस्तुभमारभे। परार्थानुमीतिस्तु न्यायसाध्या. PDF page number 180 and the physical copy 146. Pararthanumitistu Nyayasadhya. The inference which is constructed to make something evident to another person is called as Parartha Anumiti. It is Parartha Anumiti, meant for someone else. And how is this? Nyaya Sadhya. This is achieved through Nyaya. So technically, the school of logic, which is called as Nyaya, what exactly does it mean? It means the organs or the parts through which the inference is constructed. Nyayaha avayava samudayaha. What is Nyaya? Is avayava samudaya. Individually taken, they will make no meaning. But when all these parts put together, assembled together, they will create the inference which becomes comprehensible to another person. So going by this, avayavaha trayaha. How many avayavas are there? There are these 3 avayavas. According to the Nyaya Shastra, 3. Vaisheshikas consider 5. So Nyaya says avayavastu trayaha. There are these 3 avayavas. What are those? Now we are going through not that, the rigorous process of the Tika, but in the Mula Grantha only, so that we will touch and then go ahead. On 184 in PDF, 150 in your physical copy. Pratishnya hetu udaharana rupaha. Those avayavas are 1, pratishnya, hetu, and udaharana rupaha. Otherwise, there is yet another way of understanding the avayavatrayas, and that is udaharana, upanaya, nigamana rupaha. Okay. Either you understand the triad as pratishnya, hetu, and udaharana, or we can understand this triad as udaharana, upanaya, and nigamana rupa. Okay. So these Vaisheshikas have put both of these together and made it 5, because udaharana is common. So the next 2, and then it goes there. Tathahi. Tathahi jiva parasmad navidyate. Now here he gives you one example. Tathahi. In the Vaidika literature, how the inference is constructed. So in the beginning, pratishnya, the declaration that you declare, this is what we want to prove, this is what we want to explain, this is what we want you to understand. So this is called as pratishnya. Okay. Now that pratishnya means कसम खा रहे हैं कि हम ये दिखाएंगे. Pratishnya. What is the pratishnya over here? Jivaha parasmat na vidyate. Jiva is not different from Paramatma. Parasmat na vidyate. There is no bheda. Jivaha parasmat na vidyate. Then what is the second in the line? Hetuhu. What is the hetu? Satchidananda lakshanatvat. What is pratishnya, hetu, and udaharana? These 3 have to be quoted. Okay. So Satchidananda lakshanatvat. What is it? Why are you saying that parasman abhidyate, jivaha parasman abhidyate? Because what is the jiva's lakshanam is Satchidananda. Jiva is Satchidananda. Then what is the udaharana? Paramatma. Swayam Paramatma is how? Satchidananda. And Paramatma, this is also the Lakshana of Paramatma, Satchidananda. Is Paramatma different from himself? So you say, no, there is no bhed. Paramatma is not different from himself. Why? Because Paramatma is Satchidananda. Jiva also, being of the nature of Satchidananda, cannot be different from Paramatma, as Paramatma is not different from himself, because Paramatma is Satchidananda. Like that, Jiva is also Satchidananda. Hence, there cannot be any difference. Paramatmavat. So, when you are saying Paramatmavat, like, that becomes the Udaharanam. What is it? It is the Udaharanam. So there are these three things: Pratijna, Hetu, and Udaharanam. Okay? So now, iti atra, in this Vakyam, okay, in this Prayoga, what is there? We can find Pratijna, Hetu, and Drishtanta. All three can be found in this Vakyam. Jivaha parasman vidyate Satchidananda Rupa Lakshanatvat Paramatmavat. This is the Vakyam. Iti atra, in this case, Jivaha parasman vidyate iti pratijna. Jiva cannot be differentiated from Paramatma. This is the pratijna. This is the declaration. Satchidananda Lakshanatvam Hetuhu. What is the Hetu over there? That which is indicated by the fifth case will become the Hetu. Lakshanatva. So Satchidananda Lakshanatvam becomes the Hetu. And understand, this Hetu alone is called as Lingam. Idameva Lingam iti uchyate. Like Dhumatvat, when you are going to say Parvato Vahniman Dhumatvat. Dhumatvat becomes the Hetu. So what is the Linga in the Parvata for you to know the Agni, Vahni? Sorry. क्या है वो? धूम becomes the Hetu. Idam eva lingam iti uchyate. In our present Vakyam, what is the Hetu?
Satchidananda
Lakshanatvam. So this itself becomes the Lingam. So this is idam eva lingam iti uchyate. Yas Satchidananda Lakshanaha saparasmat na bhidyate. So between now you have found the Pratijna, you also have the Hetu. And why have you arrived at this Hetu? Because Yas Satchidananda Lakshanaha, that who is Satchidananda Lakshan cannot be different from Paramatma, means is Paramatma alone. Sa parasman na bhidyate. Like the go will have the Ashwabheda, but will the go have Go Bheda in it?
No, Swamiji.
No.
No. Like that, Parasman na bhidyate. Why? Satchidananda Lakshanatvad na bhidyate. Yatha. Are bhai, from where did you draw this Hetu? How did you understand this Hetu? The reason? He says, Yatha Paramatma iti Udaharanam. So what is the Udaharanam? Paramatma himself, like that. How do you say Jiva is Satchidananda? Aham asmi. Asmi. The one's own existence is undeniable, irrefutable. in all the three states of experience, namely the waking, dream, and the deep sleep. In all the three, ahamasmi. But, sir, where do we have the experience of being there, existing in the state of deep sleep? Over there, there is some viveka to be applied. What is the viveka? We see that on waking up, one claims there is that the sleep was my experience. I had good sleep, etc. That sleep was my experience. Sir, for you to experience and then later on remember it, what is the prerequisite? That you should be present over there. One has to be present over there. And so, if you were absent, the ego was not there. Ahankara, Pramata, etc. were not there. That we agree. But to say I wasn't there is ridiculous. Otherwise, who would claim the experience? And therefore, this ahankar cannot be the nature of the self. So when you do the little viveka of this Jagrat Swapna Sushupti, Aham Asmi, and that Asmi means with that irrefutable presence, undeniable presence, that what is undeniable, irrefutable is Sat. And therefore, what have you found the nature of Atma as? Sat. So also Bhami, this Bhana is also there. But in deep sleep, where do I know I am? Yes, sir. Again, you may not know Anatma Padartha. There is no Anatma Padartha in the deep sleep that you can claim as the body, the pranas, indriyas, or even the ahankar is not there. But this, so now this aham is not subject to the mind, buddhi, or indriyas. And so it's the illumination of this I, of the self, never ever goes away. In fact, he is the very illuminator. Aham bhami. Aham bhami. So I know is, or knowing, knower means pramata ho jata hai, but illumining. What is it that you are illumining now in the deep sleep? Hey, the absence of all these. The presence of body, mind, pranas, etc. was there during the waking and the dream state. But in the deep sleep state, even their presence, as their presence was illumined, their absence is also illumined. So the illuminator cannot be said as to be absconding, and therefore bhami, ahamasmi, aham bhami. So chid lakshanaha. Kadapi apriyo na bhavami. Never ever the self becomes apriya. Even when a person wants to commit suicide, because he hates the life, and living anymore. So he wants to say goodbye to the world. Over there also, he wants to leave this world because he says, after I leave, there will be relief. Relief for whom? For whom? So it is that I will be relieved from all these problems. All this, the money that was borrowed, the people that are chasing, all these things can remain my life as a failure. It can remain as a botheration for all. But for me, personally, I will be relieved. For whose relief are you working? Please tell us again. So he says, I'm working for my own relief. That means without you liking yourself, will you do this? And so therefore, what is this? Ha kadapi apriyo na bhavami. This itself, that sukham can never become apriya. Is there any way that one can say, hey, well, I don't like happiness. I like dukkham. No, you ask that person, hey, why do you like dukkham? He is going to say, I like dukkham because dukkham makes me happy. So what do you like actually is only sukham, So a person, even who's standing on the edge of life, on that brink and wanting to commit suicide, also commits suicide because this fact always remains. Kadapi apriyo na bhavami. What happens to the body and rest of the problems, the business, the house, the family, the wife, hey, that is all their problem. I will be relieved. I cannot take this suffering anymore. In Vrindavan, when we were living, there used to be one Mahatma. Very good. He was very learned, but very virakta. But he was also at the same time very, the people used to consider him to be a little whimsical because he never made any disciples or, tried to please any people or anything. So somebody said to him, Maharaj, एक शिष्य तो बना लो, प्लीज एक चेला तो बना लो. So he said, for what? Then when you die, at least somebody has to be there to take the body or not. That's why at least have one disciple at least. So he said that when I die, why should I worry what happens to the body? That is your problem. You people will manage it. Otherwise, if no one, municipality will take care of it. Nobody's. Why should I worry about it? Why should I? So you see, all the problems are left behind and you become free. And that's why that person wants to commit suicide. So now, ahamasmi, bhami, kadapi apriyo na bhavami. Whose experience is this? Your own. So the one who says, I am Jiva. Kadapi apriyo na bhavami iti anubhavat. Jivasya Satchidananda Lakshanatvam. Therefore, this Jiva is Satchidananda Lakshanam. All right, let the Jiva be Satchidananda Lakshanam. But how does it prove your Pratishnya? What is your Pratishnya? Jivaha Parasmat Nabhidyate. You are set over here to prove that Jiva is Satchidananda. What you are doing over here is showing that Jiva is Satchidananda Lakshanam. But your Pratishnya is Parasmat Jivo Nabhidyate. How does that help you? So he says, look here. Why we are showing you that this Jiva is Sachidananda Lakshanam? Because Sachidananda Lakshanatvat Paramatmavad. Paramatma being Sachidananda Lakshana is not different from himself. Like that, Jiva is Sachidananda Lakshanam and is therefore not different from Paramatma. Therefore, now what is it that we first want to show? Hetu. That this Hetu is Vidyaman, the Hetu is present in our Sadhya, in our Paksha. The Hetu is there. Now, when you want to show that there is fire in the mountain, where will you have to show the smoke?
Mountain. In the mountain.
In the mountain. What is the mountain? Mountain is the Paksha. Mountain is the Paksha. So now show that in the Paksha. That, so where do you want to show that Abheda? In Jiva. So Jiva becomes the
Paksha.
Paksha.
What is the Hetu?
Sachidananda.
Sachidananda.
So where should Sachidananda Lakshanam be?
Jiva.
In Jiva.
In Jiva. And therefore, Sachidananda Lakshanatvam, Jivasya Sachidananda Lakshanatvam, Ataha, na hetva siddhihi. Therefore, that Hetu is not asiddha. Therefore, the Hetu is not asiddha. It cannot, the Hetu is not disproven. It is present in the Paksha. And this is how the first three, Pratyajna, Hetu, and through the Udaharanam, one will be able to communicate the knowledge, and that knowledge which is coming is through inference. So how is this inference now? It is Shruti Anugami, which means it follows the footsteps of the Shruti. So because it follows the Shruti, this Hetu, this Tarka is called as the good Tarka. That which goes against the Shruti. But why are you saying that the Tarka going against the Shruti is not Dustarka? Are bhai, because the Tarka over here is not independent Pramana. In case of your Agni and Dhuma, do you require Shruti?
No, sir. No.
So what is that field or what is that area where you will require just Shruti? It becomes the Pramanam, becomes the authority. Where?
Dharma and moksha.
Shabda Pramana.
But where will this Shabda Pramanam become the Pramanam, act as the Pramanam? In which,
Moksha.
Where
what
there
is the
is no
Vishaya?
Padakam.
Atindriya Vishaya.
Exactly. And what are those
Moksha
Atindriya
Purushartha.
Vishaya, for example, over here now, mainly?
Jiva.
Jiva Paramatma Aikya.
Dharma and Brahma.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Dharma
Swami.
and Brahma. So now, what is the nature of Brahma can be shown only by Shruti, can be shown only by
Shruti.
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 Yes.
Now, therefore, the Pramanam is Shruti alone, Shabda Pramanam. Then, logic or inference also when becomes supportive of that what is proven through pramana, then you get the fact. Otherwise, if you use the logic, let us say you are able to see a red rose, and there is a red rose in front of you. Then somebody comes and tells, this is not a red rose, it is a yellow rose. Why, sir? This is a yellow rose because yesterday also they had brought only yellow roses. Like that, today also there is a rose, which means it has to be a yellow rose. Okay. Like yesterday, if somebody is going to use an inference like this, when your eyes are able to see red rose, and yet then you are going to use some sort of an inference to prove that it is yellow rose, how acceptable is it? That logic is acceptable? Is that inference acceptable?
No, sir.
No, Swamiji.
Why?
Pratyaksha pramana is working here.
Because it is going against the pramana, correct?
Yes, Swamiji.
Because it is going against the pramanam. So also that what is shown by the Shruti in its own field, Shruti is not going to interfere in anything else. Shruti is not going to come and tell you that fire is cold and the ice is hot. Shruti is going to tell you about what is dharma, what is Brahma. So now the Shruti tells, this is what is the nature of Brahman, this is what is the nature of Jiva also. Over there, now this becomes the field illumined only by the Shruti, just as colors and forms is a field which is illumined only by the eyes. Only by the chakshurindriya, eyes meaning chakshurindriya. Because in English, you don't have this provision of saying that there is golaka and the faculty resting in that golaka or active in that golaka. But we say over here, what do we have? This is the golaka. And what is the indriya? The indriya is, golaka is the part of the physical body. And indriya is the part of the subtle body. Subtle body, sukshma deha. So that what is shown by the chakshurindriya, can it be refuted by an inference that you can bring like that? Or till yesterday, last 7 days, they have brought only yellow roses. That's why today also they must have brought yellow rose. And so even if you see red, it has to be yellow. Sir, this is a red rose. The eyes are able to see, and therefore the inference at this point cannot overrule the pratyaksha praman. Like that, inference cannot overrule that what is proven by the Shruti in its respective field when wanting to show Brahman. And therefore, now we have what? The inference will follow the Shruti, meaning when the inference goes against what is pramana siddha, you understand? When the inference goes against that what is
Pramana siddha. Shruti pramana.
pramana siddha nahi, pramana siddha, such inference, such tarka will be called as dustarka. Will be called as dustarka. It is tarka, but how is it?
Bad.
Dustarka.
Dustarka. It is faulty in its own nature, and that's why it is dustarka. Like that, we need tarka, but the tarka should be shruti anugami. Then what will this tarka do? The tarka will help eradicate this nyaya, will help eradicate the doubts which are in our mind. Okay. Because when the Shruti said Atma is Brahman, then what is going to be the Samshaya? How can Atma be Brahman, sir? Maybe because Shruti says, maybe it is not. Then this Tarka. How is it the Pratijna Vakya? What is the Pratijna Vakya?
जीवः परस्मात् न विद्यते।
Tasmat na bidyate.
Na bhidyate. What is the Hetu?
Sachidananda
सच्चिदानन्दलक्षणत्वम्।
Lakshana.
Is this Hetu Asiddha?
सिद्ध।
No, it is Siddha.
Why is it not Asiddha?
Because of the Udaran Jiva Paramatma.
Now, why is the
No,
Hetu
Shruti
not
Praman.
Asiddha?
जीवस्य अनुभवात् सच्चिदानन्दलक्षणम्।
Correct. Asmi ahamasmi bhami kadapi apriyo na bhavami iti anubhavat. Why is this hetu not asiddha?
Because of Aham Asmi, Aham Bhami, and Aham Kadapi Apriyo na Bhavam.
Ahamasmi aham bhami aham kadapi apriyo na bhavami. But then this person is committing suicide because he hates his life. He hates his life, that's another thing. He may commit suicide because he may hate his life, he may hate his job, he may hate his family, he may hate his, physical disability, or he may hate his wife, whatever. But kadapi apriyo na bhavami. And so what does the one who is even committing suicide says? That if I die, I will be relieved from this body which is fraught with all diseases. Correct?
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
somebody who
Yes.
finds that he is in a financial mess and therefore he committed suicide. He says, I will be free from this mess. Then he who is fed up of his wife, he commits suicide. I will be free from her torture. Wife or husband, whatever, okay? Don't take it, as something that, Swamiji is very, no. So he may hate his life, but that Atma can never, Aham can never become a Priya. Everything else, Anatma can become a Priya. You can shift your loyalty. Hey, today I like mango. Yesterday I was liking sitaphal, Sharifa. You can shift your loyalties. But this loyalty to the self can never be changed. And therefore, aham asmi, aham bhami, aham kadapi apriyo na bhavami iti anubhavad jivasya sachidananda lakshanatvam. This is the jiva has sachidananda lakshanam. And therefore, the hetu, the reason that you have quoted to show the abheda, is that hetu siddha or asiddha?
Siddha.
सिद्ध।
Is siddha. And therefore, na hetva siddhi. Thus, we have pratyashya, we have hetu, and then finally, what is there in this
Drishtanta.
group? Drishtan
Udharana.
or udaharanam. What is the udaharanam?
Jiva Paramatma.
What is the drishtanta? What is the udaharanam? What is the example? Because unless and until you have seen, you have understood it elsewhere.
Paramatma.
Paramatmava. Unless and until you have seen Dhuma and the relationship of Agni, this Vyapti Graha has not taken place, can that become the Hetu?
No.
No, sorry.
Exactly. So therefore, now, what is the Drishtanta? Paramatma is Sachidananda. But is Paramatma Sachidananda? If you are going to find Paramatma is not Sachidananda, then that Drishtanta will become Asiddha. What will be the defect? That the Drishtanta will become
Asiddha.
Asiddha. And therefore, now the next line in the Moola Grantha, 190 in PDF, 156 in the physical copy. Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat Ityadi Shrutya Brahmanaha Sachidananda Lakshanatvam Ato na Drishtanta Siddhihi. Okay. Now, Paramatma is also Sachidananda Lakshanam. You want to show that, oh, well, Jiva is not different from Paramatma because Jiva is Sachidananda Lakshanam. And then how is Paramatma? Oh, Paramatma, not Sachidananda Lakshanam. So can that become the Hetu, etc.? No. Therefore, that has to exist in Paramatma, has to be there in your Drishtanta. So now you have to prove that Sachidananda Lakshanam is present in Paramatma too. Sachidananda Lakshanam of Jiva becomes known to you through Shruti or through your Anubhava?
Anubhava.
Through your Anubhava. And Sachidananda Lakshanam of Paramatma becomes evident to you through Shruti. You understand? That's why over there it is Anubhava. Over here, iti Shrutya. Correct? You see this Vakyam? Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat Ityadi Shrutya Brahmanaha Sachidananda Lakshanatvam. So how did you know Paramatma is Sachidananda Lakshanam? Through
Shruti.
Shruti. Through your Anubhava, what have you known?
Jiva
Jiva
is
is also
Sachidananda.
Jiva
Sachidananda
is
Lakshanam.
Sachidananda Lakshanam. What is the Pratijna?
Jiva Paramatma Parasmat
Na
na Vidyate.
Now put all the things together. Is Paramatma different from himself?
No.
And what is the Lakshana of Paramatma?
Sachidananda.
And therefore, Paramatma, because Paramatma is Sachidananda Lakshanam, is not different from himself. Therefore, Jiva being Sachidananda is not different from Paramatma. Got it? Ityadi Shrutya Brahmanaha Sachidananda Lakshanatvam. And because now you have proved that Paramatma is Sachidananda Lakshanam, what is the next thing that becomes evident, gets proven?
Drishtanta.
Jiva is
Na
also.
drishtanta siddhihi, that the drishtanta is not defective. The drishtanta is conveying exactly what you want to convey. Na drishtanta siddhihi. Evam gurumukha shruta vedantasya shodhitatvam padarthasya swasmin sachidanandatva darshana lakshanatva darshanat aham brahmeti. Brahma bhinnanumitihi utpadyate nacha aupanishadasya brahmatma ikyasya anumana gamyatvanupapattihi. Now this is, we have 5 minutes. Let's do this. Evam, thus, gurumukhat shruta vedantasya. Now, he who Shruta Vedantasya means, this is a Bahuvri Samas. Shruta Vedanta means he who has heard Vedanta, he who has understood Vedanta. From where? Guru Mukhat. From the mouth of the
Teacher.
Teacher. Guru Mukhat Shruta Vedantasya. Such a person who, by the grace of teacher, has heard this. So, and another thing that is important, that he himself also has arrived at this understanding that the meaning of this I is Satchidananda. Now, what remains for him to know? That this I is Paramatma. Okay? He knows Paramatma is Satchidananda. He also knows I am Satchidananda. Though you may know both these things, yet their aikyam is not yet known. Correct?
Yes,
Yes, Swami.
Swami.
So, Shodhitatvam padarthasya. So now this is where your sadhana lies. What is your sadhana? Arriving at this understanding of I as Satchidananda. Sit and find out what is this. These are my experiences. What exactly is the meaning of this I? What is the nature of this I? What is the nature of this self? So Shodhitatvam padarthasya. And also at the same time, he has nishchaya, that this is what is the nature of Paramatma, Satchidananda. Then Swasmin Satchidananda Lakshanatva Darshanat. Now he discovers, Are bhai, that Satchidananda is discovered in himself, in me. Where am I searching this Paramatma? Swasmin Satchidananda Lakshanatva Darshanat Aham Brahmeti. Aham Brahmeti meaning what? Brahma abhinnanumitihi utpadyate. Now, through this inference, he will be able to have this confirmed knowledge. What is it? Brahma abhinnam anumitihi. So, what was your pratishya in the beginning? Jivaha parasmat nabhidyate. So abheda is what you wanted to show. And so now what he understands, that this is the abheda he has understood. Brahma bhinnam anumitihi, Brahma bhinna anumitihi utpadyate. Now this is up to this point. Now comes a small little another topic. You can draw a comma over there or even a full stop. After vidyate, utpadyate. After utpadyate. Then, nacha upanishadasya brahmatmaikyasya anumana gamyatvam anupapattihi. Now somebody may come and say, but that Atma is Brahman will be known only through the Shruti. But you are saying that Abhed now is known through what?
Anumiti.
Anuman. Are bhai, through Anuman you are saying that Brahma Vinnatvam is known, or Brahmatma Ikyam is known. But this Brahmatma Ikyam is the Vishaya of which Pramana?
Shruti Pramana.
Shruti Pramana. And you are showing that it has now become the Vishaya of
Anumana Pramana.
inference, Anumana. How can you do that? It is not possible. So now there is this Shanka, there is a doubt of Anupapatti, correct? There is a doubt of Anupapatti. How can this be possible? How is it possible? So now this is the next topic. We will see it tomorrow. It's a small topic, but we will see it tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyoma Vadvyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yes, somebody is asking something.
No, Swamiji.
Yes, Swamiji, I was asking, that even through this Anumana Pramana, we have arrived that Jiva is same as the Paramatma, same as Paramatma. But here
Same as
again,
Paramatma,
it is Paramatma. It is Paramatma, yes. But then the only thing is maybe it is not a paroksha. This is not an experience. It is just still a paroksha jnana only. Na?
No,
it is, we are not experiencing this, that I am Brahman in this.
Okay. Hanuman generally is met where there is Hanuman
Paroksha.
Paroksha Jnanam only. Not wrong, but we will see this tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, Swamiji, thank you.